If you clicked on this video because you want to be a better shooter, then you are in the right place. Today I'm going to be going over a couple tools that you can use to help you in your dry fire experience that will translate to your real world shooting ability. Stick around, you're not going to want to miss this. All right, so for starters, if we are digging into the Blackbeard X, we open her up. We have our bolt carrier group and charging handle. This is where the little laser comes out of. And then we have the battery pack, which is your magazine, just goes into your mag well. I have a video up that explains how to install the Blackbeard. If you haven't seen that already, go ahead and give it a watch. It's literally 1 minute long. And so it works for everyone with a shorter attention span, myself included. All right, so that's all that comes in the box. It does have this very nice like carry case. There's also the charging cables, little quick connect guide. I believe it came with like a sticker or two as well, and a little Allen key to adjust your laser so you can zero your laser for your optic, which is important because you want to know where your little laser beam comes out is correct. So what is the Blackbeard X for? Is it to simulate you shooting for real, like some people commented on my video? No, obviously not. It is dry fire. So it's a dry fire tool. So what it does is it resets your trigger for you, which is awesome because it's one less thing you have to do. It helps you work on manipulating the trigger multiple times so you can do like a build drill, because you find yourself constantly like freezing, call it trigger freeze, where you're boom, 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 boom. That's trigger freeze. You want to be able to rip it like boom, 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 boom. Realistically, you want to go faster, but you want it to be consistent. You want those split times to be as close to each other as possible. Obviously, we want them to be as fast as possible. But that comes down the road with practice. Again, live fire is the best way to get better. Yeah, live fire is the best way to get better at live fire. So Blackbeard, it's also great for practicing clearing your house, learning about how angles work in CQB. I'll be doing a video about that in the future once I get a better venue where I can record and show you guys good angles, because that's all CQB is. It's a game of angles, who can get the best angle, and realistically for a typical prepared American, we'll hopefully never need it, but you need to know how to do it, because as our founding fathers intended, we may have to use those skills to do stuff. And because of our ability to do stuff, it typically keeps those powers that would be tyrannical, let's say, in check. So it's good to learn how to do those kinds of things. Enough rambling. Yeah, Blackbeard X, super fun tool to use for CQB. Awesome for learning positional shooting, so that way you don't have to worry about resetting your trigger manually. You can just reset. Where it falls short is obviously it's not a one-to-one. There's no recoil, but that's not where it falls short. That's just dry fire. One piece that it does is you can't drop the mag to do reloads, because it's the battery pack. It'll disconnect you from the Mantis app if you disconnect the battery pack because it thinks it's off. And because of that, you can't practice your reloads, but you can, like I will show here, me demonstrating hitting a reload from like a barricade position, just with regular old magazines. You can just drop one out, put a new one in, send that bolt forward, and you'll be all right. So practice reload. So I'm going to drop my mag, pull out my other one, forward, back on target, trigger prep, break. All right, so the next piece that I've used this guy for years, probably 5 years now, at least 5 years, maybe 6. I've been using the Mantis X10. I originally had the X3, but whenever they came out with the X10, that's what I got. This one comes with the little barrel clamp, so that way you can put it on a rifle if it doesn't have the Picatinny, or if you want to run it on a shotgun. This is the X10 unit itself. It just clips in, and I'll have a video demonstrating how to do that coming up soon, because I just want to do it as a short, just because it's easier for people to digest. a bunch of little sticky pads. There's a charging cable, Allen keys, stuff like that. But the most important bit is that they also sell adapters to go on the base plate of your magazines for your pistols, which is awesome because then you can keep your pistol light on, because some holsters need that to retain, like most concealment holsters do. So you can use that to retain, so you get the exact same draw stroke, and then you still have the X10 but base plate mounted on your magazine instead of mounted on the rail there. This little guy is awesome. You get tons of different feedback. I'll put up some screen recordings of like how it works roughly, just so you can see how the app interface is. It's really user friendly, super easy, makes it feel like you're playing a game. If you like to get achievements, you like to get these patches that they send you for free in the mail. All they want is your address so they can send it to you. They have 3 different tiers of all their different stuff. I'm still working on all my elite tier stuff because progress is never ending. They're always coming out with new stuff as well. I remember they didn't have the rifleman achievements yet for a while, and then I got this guy and started using it. I've already got my first 2. I've got, I think, probably like 2,000 shots fired with the Blackbeard X so far. I'll show what that looks like so far. I think it's been about 3 weeks or a month since I got this guy. But yeah, the X10 is awesome. It's a great training tool. Again, the biggest downside is you would have to buy that extra base plate for the magazines if you want to do the magazine thing, but I think they're like 15 or 20 bucks. I'll link those above or in the description or something. But they're awesome. Really, really good training tool. One more to have in the toolbox, especially if you're a two-gun guy, because as I'll show in this video here, you can go from shooting your rifle, boom, 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 drop your rifle, draw your pistol, and start going to work with that guy. Especially, but wait, there's more. That's going to be Dry Fire Mag. That is the name of the company. I'll have them linked in the description as well. Excellent name for a company because that's exactly what it is. It's a dry fire magazine. So we make sure this guy is empty. Most of the time, it just goes right in. Because I have an aftermarket magazine release, it gets a little held up. So I just push it in there, pull the trigger. It will have like a heavy reset. But now I can push up and I don't have to keep racking my slide. And so because of that, I can use that with the X10, have that in my holster, be sitting here, draw, and hit multiple shots, get real-time feedback, have my phone sitting right here so I can see exactly what my hits are. What am I aiming at, you may ask? Anything. There's no target. It's witchcraft. I don't know exactly how they do it. I believe it has to do with like the gyroscope calibration that you have to do every time you start it up. But you can aim at anything. So if I have this little teeny cute USPSA target right here, and I draw, I have that A zone, it will know if I'm off target based on the direction I'm holding the gun, where I started, when I prepped, and everything like that. Again, I'll have up a screen recording of the holster draw stuff so you can see what it looks like on the user end. And how that works for you. So all these tools working together, you can have a total package of dry fire training that is under $600 for everything. That's all of this stuff, under 600 bucks. And that saves you tons of money down the road on live fire training, because let's be real, not everyone gets to go to the range even once a month. Some people only get to go once every 3 months, once every 6 months. But imagine how much better you would be if you could consistently dry fire every single day for 5 to 10 minutes a day in your house while you're sitting there watching Grey's Anatomy and you're just sitting there blasting away. Again, I apologize if I look like a sweaty freak. It's currently like 98 degrees outside, and this garage is not, it doesn't have AC. So yeah, here I am suffering. But yeah, so those are the 3 tools that connect to your guns. One of the tools that you can use that does not connect to your gun are these little tiny targets. So they make to scale targets. So I think this one is like quarter scale, and you can set it at a certain distance. So if I have this set at 3 yards, it simulates 15 yards or whatever it may be. So because of that, you can have little tiny targets sprinkled throughout your house. Obviously, if you have a wife, she'll hate that. So make sure you put them on like magnets or something else so you can put it up on the fridge or put it up on a beam, or use a piece of tape and just tape it up real quick. Don't use duct tape, please, gentlemen. Respect your walls. You'll have to fix it later anyways. So maybe use Scotch tape, the blue painter's tape kind of stuff. Tape it up, do some dry fire, pull it down. Or if you're like me and you have a garage and you can just staple targets to your walls, do that because it's awesome. You can get lots of different angles. I get to dry fire while I'm lifting. It's a cool experience. 10 of 10. That shows your progress. And for a lot of people, that helps. I mean, being able to see your progress with lifting or with weight loss or with shooting ability, being able to see that over time encourages people to keep doing it. Because if you just stay stuck, like I said, if you're feeling stagnant in your shooting ability, invest in some stuff like this. Things that quantify what you're doing wrong, can help diagnose your problems, and then eventually push you to be better. Because that's what we want. I know before I've talked about community and how you need community, like we crave it as human beings. But here, you can have that community. Here at Another Prepared American, we can be that community. We can encourage each other to go out and dry fire, go out and lift weights, go out and run, eat better, love your family, love God. All these kinds of things, like we can encourage each other to do those things here on the internet. It's awesome. The internet is sometimes evil and dark and it's full of bad things, but we can also fill it with a few good things that make it worth it. Man, that was a really feel-good message. Yeah, I can't top that. So with that being said, as always, stay hydrated, stay strapped, and stay blessed, guys. Thank you very much.